So you and your brother now have both experienced huge success with Blumhouse. So I am kind of curious, did Edwin give you any advice based on his experience making The Purge before jumping into this?
No, we talked about it. We definitely talked about it. And yeah, he gave me advice. He told me about, how his experience was, and that, he thought things were going to go smooth. It was going to be a good experience, and it was. It was awesome. Now I guess the only thing we got to get is both of us on screen at the same time.
Has that never happened?
It has, but it's been a while. I mean, we were in Die Hard with a Vengeance together. We were on
yes.
Street together. A few little shows here and there, but we're itching to do a film together. And right now both of our careers are good. He's doing his thing, I'm doing mine. But when we can get back together on the main stage, that would be great.
I'd like to see that now, just because I'm curious. Is there anything in particular you guys would want to do together, like a certain type of role, a genre, anything?
Yeah. So my brother is writing. I think he has 2 films right now that he's written, that he's trying to get sold and produced, that he has in mind for both of us. I'm developing 2 films right now with my brother and I to star. So, if it's not going to come through another opportunity, it's going to come through us.
Oh, wow. So if you're doing some work behind the lens right now, I am curious, what is your biggest takeaway working on a film that operates with this exceptional Blumhouse model of, low budget, high production value that you're going to take on to your own films?
With a lower budget, I found that people tend to be a bit more I mean no offense to anybody, but when it comes to working with a lower budget on such a high-profile film, you get people that just show up because you can't waste time, you can't waste money. And when you think about the budget we had for this film, and you think about the production quality that we actually got, most people would not believe what the budget actually was. You know what I'm saying? But that's when you get people who know exactly what they want, know exactly what they want to do. It's not like we can go over and let's just get another 10 mil to go fix this. No, like you got people that show up and they are on top of their A game every single step of the way. And that's what I really loved about our entire crew with this film, and everybody was on top of it. So you learn how to get the most out of lenient resources, and it teaches you how to manage things, and this was definitely a fantastic education in doing that.
Well, it challenges you to get even more creative, and sometimes a whole lot of happy magic comes out of it.
Well, that is the thing. You have to maintain being creative along the entire way. A lot of the stunts that we did and special effects that we had, a lot of it was practical. We didn't have a green screen for a lot of these things. So a lot of it was practical. You see our stunt team and our effects team coming up with these really fantastic sort of ideas. And then you're like, oh, well, you know what? If we could rely on, a big, fancy CGI and all this and green screen for everything, you probably wouldn't have had that innovative idea pop up. So we did use, some green screen CGI for some things, of course, visibility and all that, but you still see so much more innovation that it sort of pours out of people because the resource is now different. The resource is all, back here and what can you mix with your hands,
Pays off well in this one. I'm so excited I get to talk to you when the Blu-ray is coming out, because I do want to ask you some spoiler questions.
Ooh, okay.
In particular, I want to know about the relationship between James and Cecilia and how much that evolved from when you first started working on the project and what we see in the final film, because I don't know, it was just so nice to see such a powerful friendship and have it stay entirely in the friendship box. I loved that.
Yeah. Honestly, that was the conversation. That was probably the primary conversation when it came to the two. To not have it leak over into this the idea of possible romance, it would have seemed weird. It may have taken the value or out of the context of what their real relationship was. You know, we wanted to make sure that people understood there was a real, true, earnest friendship there. Plus, you know, she's going through this tough time, and she's staying at James's place. It would have been sort of awkward to, you know, like, show shop, you know what I mean? Like, it's been strange because she needs to feel safe. And the thing that I love about the representation of that is that we can show, because these relationships are real, you know, we can show that, you know, a woman, especially in times of peril, there is a safety that she can feel. There are stand-up guys who are out there who are going to be the protector and who are going to respect and honor, you know, that woman's state of being. And plus he has a little daughter, you know, he has to be a good role model for her. So in terms of their friendship, you know, it kicks back all the way to childhood. At this point, it's like basically family, but we wanted to just continue to honor what that was. So even if we don't tell all of the history, we show it and how they treat each other going through this journey together.
Hands down, one of my favorite components of the movie. I do want to ask you about that very last conversation you two have together, though. And in particular, what do you think James does after the movie ends? Because I think he clearly knows what's up, what happened in there, but he's also a cop. So after the fact, do you think he wrestles with the truth of what really happened?
You know, I don't know. If there's a sequel, we might be able to find out that answer. But I think James made his decision in that moment. You know, he knows the peril that she's been through, and I think that at that point, he understands she had to do what she had to do. Whatever that was, I'm not going to say for people, but he decides the more valuable thing, the more valuable choice is to be her friend and not to be Mr. Cop, you know, at the moment. He said, look, I get it, you know, and, you know, he might have, you know, not called some things in. He might not have, you know, reported a few things. It's all good. It's all good. You know, it's for the homie, you know what I'm saying? So James gonna let some things slide. James is the homie.
He earns the right to be in that headspace at the end of the movie, so it's totally backed up.
Besides, he got his butt whooped. Like, come on now. Like, he's probably in the back of his mind thinking, yeah, but you deserve it.
One heck of a fight scene, too.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It was fun. It was a fun fight scene.